इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to our business opportunity over chai. And this special edition business opportunity over chai will help you to understand the greatest business opportunities that we Franchise India specially brings to you. Business opportunity over chai presented by management team of Franchise India, Mr. 𝐂𝐻𝐬𝐲, Chairman at Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD at Franchise India Brands Limited. Every day, 12 o'clock, we launch a new brand, explore new business opportunity. Today, we have invited a great brand come from the origin of UK, Pop Social. Pop Social is a UK's only video theme bar and playground concept combining the best of traditional and modern entertainment along with a dining experience. Pop Social offers an fusion of competitive play, interactive challenges, and dining scenes. Franchise with a world of excitement and innovation with UK's Pop Social, a unique captive experience that taking the bar and playground to a whole new level. To know more about this business opportunity, we have invited the team of Pop Social. But before inviting them over the stage, I would like to hand over the stage to Venus Barak. She is the CEO of Franglobal, who handles the international opportunities to come up into India. Welcome, Venus, over to you.
Thank you so much, Harshika. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the longest running brand launch show in the world, where we have been launching, the team has been launching one brand a day since over 3.5 years. And it takes us back to the original philosophy of Franchise India, which is democratizing entrepreneurship. And Franglobal is part of Franchise India very proudly. And historically, we have been involved working with international brands and concepts from different parts of the world and connecting them to the right partners with the right modeling in India, in other parts of South Asia and the Middle East. Franchise universe, as you can imagine, and franchising applies to hundreds and hundreds of sectors and industries, but it ties all these industries together also. And as someone who has been in this business for more than 16 years now, I meet people, and one thing which they would ask me often is, Venus, they would want to they ideally would want to invest, let's say, into brands like McDonald's and Subways, 25 years back, 30 years back, and having been in the industry for a fairly long time. Our organization is more than 26 years old. The biggest value creation, both for consumers, for brands, for franchise partners, is when you catch an industry, you catch a concept, you catch brands which are in their growth stage. And we have seen this happening with so many industries. It started with vocational training, and then kindergarten education, then food. And what we are, where we find India right now, and India, of course, is going through the most interesting phase since our independence. With this burgeoning middle class and all the markers of economy sort of, trending that at least for next 20 years, India is going to be seeing, let's say, a 7 to 8% growth rate. So now, if I kind of really, then connect it back to our brand for today, Pop Golf, it belongs to an industry which combines entertainment, combines immersive experience and food, everything, and learning and development, everything together, and bring concepts which would bring families together, kids together. And so it's a category which currently we are seeing. In fact, we recently did an article also, is concepts which let people spend time while they are learning, while they are having fun, while they are being entertained, are going to be on the rise. Because what has happened is, today our homes are we are ordering everything on the phone, on the screen. So when you are going out, when a family is going out, apart from the shopping, I think that expectations from an experience standpoint have really kind of, are up there, and they're only going to be increasing. So athleisure. So I, as a franchise, today, if you're joining us, either as a prospective franchisee or an existing franchisor, or of course our independent franchise consultant partners, you will see in next 5 years, at least, if not more, 100 plus new locations coming in India, which you would see, which are catering to what we call this edutainment, funtainment, athleisure space. Today's brand, Pop Golf, and I would now like to welcome Alan, who is the founder of Pop Golf, and from the UK. So a market like UK has, seen what we are going. We are just kind of at the cusp of in last 10 to 12 years. And I think with Alan, he has built this in the UK over the years. And so he has that understanding. He has seen that market, what has happened in the UK. I think it's going to be happening on a similar pattern, not exactly the same, but on a similar pattern in terms of consumers and where the market is growing. And we are working with Alan and his team to bring the concept to India. So good morning, Alan. I know it's really early for you, but thank you for joining in. And I'm glad that you could join in. And before, Alan, I bring you in, would you mind that kind of we play a visual of a video of the brand, so that people kind of, we can talk about it, but when people see it, they actually get a sense on what the brand is about, if that's okay.
A video will speak a million words, certainly. And good morning, Zim.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alan. I will now request my colleague Harshika if she can play the video. Thank you. Harshika, there's no audio.
Box Park family, my name is Az and I'm here in Box Park Wembley to show you a brand new, little bit crazy golfing experience. It's called Pop Golf. It's very Instagrammable, it's very music focused, but also, I mean, hello, look around. It's a little bit wild. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I mean, you've had a look around, it's definitely not a normal golf course. Definitely don't have normal cocktails here either, but I mean, I'm not complaining, do you know what I mean? Once you're done with your crazy cocktails and you're ready to play, you got to grab your ball, grab a club, get a scorecard, and you've got 9 holes to try and get in one. Why is it that every time I hit the ball, it comes backwards? What is that? You know, we bought the golf drip for the golf, do you know what I mean? This one I got a feeling it's absolutely not a hole in one. You just need a little putter to just, I know in there, Halimling. Hey, this one, it looks a little bit hazardous, do you know what I mean? It's got to be the middle one. Woo! Hole 8, yeah? The hole is in the toilet seat. Round around the toilet bowl. It's gonna pop out the bottom of the toilet. Oh my God. Oh! And just like that. Wow, we've completed the game. Thank you. Champion, I know. Where's the leaderboard? Where's the leaderboard? After a fun, Instagrammable game of Pop Golf, you can come up here to the lounge, have a drink, have a little chill out. You can control the music up here, actually. It's a vibe, trust me. Had a great time, and if you want to try it out for yourself, we'll be right here in Box Park, Wembley.
Do you want to do bulk message marketing on WhatsApp to sell?
Thank you, Harshika. That was a great, I think, a sense on the brand. Alan, welcome and good morning. Would love to hear from you about your story. And we have my colleague Nikita also, which will kind of share with people in terms of the financial model. But I guess what's important is about the brand and what is it about.
Great. Let's start there. Let me just share my screen.
Sure. So while Alan is bringing up the presentation, I want to tell everyone this is the live session. So you should be able to put in your questions in the Q&A box when we'll take them up, once we showcase you the brand.
Is that on full screen now for you? I think you're muted. Yeah. Okay, good. Well, thank you firstly for your time today, and thank you for that description of our brand, Venus. I think you've pretty much done the job for me there, but I'll try and go dig a little bit deeper. So this is the Pop Social franchise opportunity, and a little bit of background about us. We started in 2017 with our Mighty Adventures brand, where we currently own and operate 2 locations in Bournemouth and Southampton. These are 18-hole outdoor adventure golf courses and family cafes with a dinosaur theme. Hopefully you can see our dinosaurs there. We then launched our first indoor location with Pop Golf in 2021, which is a 9-hole music-themed mini golf and bar experience located in Wembley, London, which was just shown on the video. Building on the success of these 2 brands, we have developed Pop Social, a multi-activity play bar made to appeal to a wide audience, from groups of friends to corporates to families and students. The concept is designed to work within a number of commercial spaces, including new-built leisure spaces, converted retail and office space, and easily integrate into a mixed-use environment. The first Pop Social venue is due to open this November in Kingston, South London. The idea for Pop Social came as a result of following the latest trends in music, games, food and drink, and placing them all under one roof. There are 6 key components involved in creating a Pop Social venue, and they are choosing an activity mix and food and beverage product to serve a wide demographic at different times of day, creating an inclusive environment, which we achieve by using a music video-inspired design that is enjoyed by both children and adults alike, music curation and ambience control to achieve the desired atmosphere during daytime and evening operation, choosing the appropriate food and beverage product to suit the local environment, using premium activity tech, which is simple to operate by the franchisee, and creating a social media friendly environment. Onto the activity mix. Here is the ideal activity mix for a pop social venue, and the main activities being bowling, mini golf, smart shuffleboard, smart darts, American pool, and immersive game box. The design is inspired by pop music videos. We've won a number of design awards, and what makes us really different to other operators is our creative and meticulous approach to the design process, as well as partnerships with leading architects specializing in this field. You can see some images of the Wembley Box Park location. And here is an idea of how Pop Social in Kingston will look like when it opens later this year. We've been used by a number of artists for music videos and photo shoots. This helps to create a positive buzz for the venue and helps the venue to appear cool to the target demographic. We create a schedule of experiences and events to drive ongoing interest in the venues. All of this together creates a unified brand experience. In terms of target demographics, young people are increasingly seeking experiential activities to build their socializing time around. As the needs of a younger generation, the leisure market needs to adapt to providing something they see as targeted directly to them. By tailoring our personality to groups of friends between the ages of 18 to 35, we make sure that Pop Social is relevant to our core audience. This, however, doesn't mean that Pop Social doesn't appeal to children. Younger people will mainly enjoy the activities, but will still be attracted by the vibrant atmosphere. This broad spectrum of demographic appeal helps sweat the physical space asset by creating effective trading opportunities both throughout the day and into the evening. Target consumers. While groups of friends aged 18 to 35 and groups of younger people are of course the primary target consumers, older customers will still make use of Pop Social, particularly with organized events and corporate parties. Most commonly, visitors will be arriving by public transport and will come from a fairly close geographical area, allowing them to socialize later in the evening. Where possible, the activity selection allows for multiple games types, increasing revisits and therefore maximizing the revenue generation potential of customers living nearby. And beverage offering is essential to creating an environment which lends itself to higher activity spend per head and therefore the most profitable potential business. Pop Social curates a beverage offering which is based around regional and seasonal trends to ensure that the venue is able to position itself at the forefront of the local nightlife scene. Our skilled operational team ensure that hero drinks such as cocktails are attractive and impactful, while also being simple to make, to ensure that the quality can be maintained at all times. In our London sites, we partner with Wing Wing, shown here, for the food operation. However, the food partner chosen will be the one that best complements the offering in the location. Our food partners not only operate the kitchen, removing a headache for the franchisee while driving ancillary revenue and providing the customer with the premium product, but use the site as a dark kitchen to provide a delivery offering, providing an additional revenue stream. By using a premium quality partner familiar to the local consumer, the Pop Social brand and offering is enhanced in the eyes of the customer. Here are some street food examples. The right partner brand based on a variety of criteria, and these examples demonstrate the range of offering that we will consider for each region. A successful launch event and initial trading period is key to sustained success within any leisure and hospitality brand. Where a large portion of the revenue is generated by activity spend, this is even more true. We have a track record of creating a huge buzz around new openings and delivering a sustained marketing push to drive footfall from day one. Obviously, these examples are focused on the London, UK market, but provide an indication of the range of publications we will work with to get the word out. Some marketing examples here to demonstrate the deeply ingrained message of pop music that we were able to permeate through all the coverage of the launch of Pop Golf in the shadow of the iconic Wembley Stadium. By creating this story throughout the brand, we were able to attract far greater levels of press coverage as the job of the writer becomes significantly easier. In terms of size and we aim for sites between 8 and 20,000 square feet, ideally with a population of at least 500,000 people within a 30-minute travel time. However, the multi-activity design does allow for a level of flexibility here. The ideal locations are high streets or existing leisure and retail, which is perfect for landlords seeking to fill space in increasingly distressed retail areas. A premium leisure offering such as Pop Social is a fantastic footfall driver for shopping centers and high streets alike, and is a great alternative to traditional anchor tenants such as department stores, which are increasingly disappearing from these areas due to trading pressures. In the UK, we're seeing very favorable deals with very positive levels of landlord contribution, and we would expect this to continue in the Indian market. This is an indicative layout for a larger unit, around 20,000 square feet, anchored around bowling as the primary activity. Here is the second option for a smaller unit between 8 and 12,000 square feet.
Alan, from the bigger concept of 25,000 square feet to, let's say, this one, which is a mid-size, it's the bowling lane. So the bigger one you would have a bowling, you have a 10 bowling lanes, which is pretty good. And
That's right.
if you take that off, then of course the area is cut into half. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the larger size includes bowling, and bowling is the main activity, which takes up half of this large unit. And
Sure.
as you say, yeah, the second option, the smaller unit or the mid-size unit,
Right.
is anchored around mini golf rather than bowling. So mini golf is the main use. And the team, this shows the range of expert partners who are part of our support team. Obviously, some of these will, of course, be supported by local firms who are experienced in the relevant territory, but will always be guided by the corporate team to ensure a unified approach. In addition to this, our central team are accustomed to providing operating hours support, ensuring that our franchisees are able to access assistance whenever they require it. However, we would anticipate that our comprehensive standards of operating procedures and support documentation will allow a local solution to be found to almost all issues, leaving the corporate support free to focus on the essential activities of assisting in driving revenue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alan. I think this is one thing which people would also want to discuss is the real estate part. And also I think I want to bring in the concept of the master franchising here. So from a real estate standpoint, what is your, let's say, experience? Would the potential partner be looking at locations? Let's say there are a lot of malls in India, so maybe a top floor of a mall. I think this would work as a great catchment, or maybe a standalone location, because this, if you have a bowling alley, this is a destination also.
Absolutely, it is a destination, so it doesn't have to be in a very prime location, in the sense that it doesn't have to be on the ground floor near the entrance of the mall, let's say. It can be on the 3rd and 4th floor, basically next to the cinema, which is usually upstairs in the mall.
Right.
That's the ideal location. That's where we're opening now in Kingston.
Okay.
We're right next to a cinema on upstairs. So people who are already enjoying complementary activities like going to the cinema, after they come out, they want to drink at the bar, they want to play a game, and we're right there. That's the ideal location. So I would say shopping center is probably even better than standalone on the high street.
Oh, that's great, and I think you can stop sharing your screen because I'll bring in my colleague
Oh, yeah.
Nikita now, Alan. For people who are listening to this, I might be fudging my numbers a bit, but I recently listened to a podcast where the owner of PVR mentioned that there are almost like more than 10,000 screens, cinema screens in India. Out of that, about 15% 15% is organized, where you have these multi-screen cinemas. So the 1,500 locations, and I think the demand, of course, is growing more and more. So this concept is going to work very well with because every mall developer, every mall owner in India is looking for concepts which can take care of the non-prime real estate, which can drive revenues, which would let people stay for more time in the mall and get entertained, and it's a destination. So this concept will work for children, will work for adults, because you can have both the spaces, and depending upon the location, I think Alan and his team has enough experience to design that space. I think that's a very important part of this business, designing that appropriate space. But just imagine the kind of opportunity we have, and with Alan, we'll be working together to work with you to do this at a location which makes sense. Second is, Alan, what kind of partner you're looking at? Are you looking for someone who comes in as a master, has experience, ability to be able to, let's say, develop and manage these locations through self-franchising, or you want someone to come in and develop these locations on exclusive development basis?
Sorry, how do you mean exclusive? Oh, you mean in terms of doing one site with us or exclusively to take the whole region?
Yes.
I think at present it would be better to, of course, ideal to work with an experienced leisure operator who would take the whole region exclusively. However, I think we would consider to start off with one or two locations.
Right,
So
right.
both options are there.
Yeah,
at
and
present.
it can, and I think the way I understand Alan and brand, if you are able to, let's say, develop one or two units and make them perform, there is a bigger opportunity to bring in the whole license for the region and work with partners, and maybe work in a model where you manage and they invest. So what we call in India franchise invested a company operated model. Because yes, I think because it's a high investment model. So someone is asking me, Phoenix Mall in Bangalore, really depends, as Alan mentioned, the space. So if the space is 25,000 square feet and upwards, with bowling lane, the investments would be upwards of, let's say, 15 crores or so. But if it's half of that, where you don't have the bowling alley, then you can do about 7 to 8 crores, and it's again high investment and high turnover business. So Nikita will share with you just a format on how the business model will look like. Nikita.
Thank you so much, Venus. Hi, Helen. How are you?
Hi.
Good. So let me share my screen. So since we have already discussed regarding the brand, what I would be presenting right now to everyone would be a model between an 8,000 to 10,000, 12,000 square feet, which would not be having a bowling alley. Though, as Venus has just told us, if we do want to incorporate that, I think that is something that's pushing the investment and that could be arranged for as well. So for this particular model, the franchise fee that we have kept is roughly around 25 lakh rupees INR, which is roughly around 23 to 25,000 pounds. Fit out cost for the entire outlet, the entire center would be around 3 CR in Indian currency, roughly around 285,000 pounds. That would be the fit out cost. In terms of your equipment, which would be your gaming equipment, which the brand would be giving you a support to procure all these equipment. The cost would be roughly around 3.35 to 3.5 crores in Indian currency. So roughly around 320,000 or 325,000 pounds. That would be the cost for equipment. The other ancillary cost in terms of your licenses or your other capital investment, that would be roughly around 1 to 1.25 CR. So around 115,000 pounds would be the cost for that. In terms of your initial inventory, that would be because we also have our food and beverage and our bar incorporated into the model. So all that inventory would be roughly around 30 lakh rupees, between 30,000 pounds would be the cost. So in total for this model, if we do see around 10,000 to 12,000 square feet, it would come around 8 CR in INR. So roughly around 770 or 780,000 pounds would be the project cost. Then keeping in mind the lease deposits and working capital, these would be at actual in terms of what the property is finalized. If we speak about our average billing, so our billings would come through your gaming, your F&B. We also have group bookings that is very prevalent into the Pops Golf and Pop Social in UK. So roughly, if we speak about an average person's billing, which would include an F&B and single game billing, I think that is roughly around 14 to 15 pounds, which is around 1,500 rupees for that. If we speak about our monthly expenses, your rental could range somewhere around 7 to 8 lakh rupees, which is around 7,500 pounds. Salaries in terms of your staff for your gaming, your technicians, your F&B staff, your bartenders, all that staff would range somewhere around 5 lakh rupees a month. Royalties would be 7%. Then would be your operating expenses and marketing. That would be a recurring expense for the center. What we project as of now is that we do feel that roughly around 4 to 5,000 walk-ins per month is something we anticipate in the first few months. That would be the month we would be opening our business, and we see a potential of growing to around 7 to 8,000 a month walk-ins, which is a very good amount of people who would be going for the revenue build-up. Our yearly revenue, we see around 7 CR in the first year, around 675 to 700,000 pounds. Your yearly expenses would range somewhere between 4 to 4.5 CR, which is in pounds would be roughly around 400,000 pounds. If you see about your monthly EBITDA, it would be around 25 to 30 lakh rupees in the first 1 or 2 years, and that has a potential to move beyond that, roughly around 50 to 60 lakh rupees a month as well, which is roughly around 50,000 pounds. What we project is that our payback period would be within the second year. So between 2 to 2.5 years would be the payback period of the business, which is around 27 to 28 months. And this also being on the conservative figure where we expect the number of walk-ins, but we do see that the potential is quite higher, because what our UK centers are currently performing is far more than what it is. So I think that's a great potential into Indian market. So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikita. And there's some questions regarding the equipment. Alan, you want to comment on that? I'm assuming that equipment in this business is very important, and also has a longevity and safety factor. So how would you typically work with a franchise partner in terms of setting up? I think the designing of the location is done by your team. In terms of equipment, how does that work?
The equipment is very important. After all, that's why people come to us to play. So the golf holes are manufactured in the UK in a workshop that we work with, and they create a kind of Lego style design, which is created in the workshop, and then it's deassembled and assembled on site. So it only takes about 2 weeks actually to assemble it once it's on site, because it fits together like Lego pieces and all glued together. So that's the golf holes. And of course, the theme of the golf holes is always centered around pop music videos, so people feel like they're playing inside a music video. That's our main marketing message. The bowling equipment comes from a company called Brunswick, which are world leaders in bowling
They're
lanes.
here, and they have distribution here. Yes.
Yeah, and they have a new product which is taking off like in the last 10 months, which is augmented reality bowling. So they have a projection system projected onto the bowling lanes, and that adds another layer of gaming, which is quite interesting. And then the smart shuffleboards and the smart darts, they also come from a UK supplier. So it's actually a UK company that created it. And again, I mean, that comes in ready-made pieces, and it just gets installed. And the rest, like pool tables, karaoke, it's simple to source locally.
So I think this would be, again, everything gets approved and specified by Alan and team. And what I've learned about, especially in this business, if you compromise on the core product and experience, eventually you would have to pay off. So I think I would follow Popcall's lead on this. Yes, like he already mentioned that Brunswick is they use Brunswick, and they are already here. They have a distributor here in India, and so yes, I think. But how to talk to the distributors, how to negotiate with the distributors, and they already have that experience. So of course, it would make a lot of sense for them to get involved. So as the entry in India is made, this will be a collaborative work. Yes, I think Alan would never want that you have to something which is comparable you're getting from India, which is for, let's say, 100 rupees, and the quality and the compliance kind of meets the criteria. They would not want you to import something for 180 rupees from the UK, right? So it makes this business sense. Sure. But yes, I think they know what they're doing, and I've come to learn in the good, bad, ugly manner that it's always better to have more compliance than not. Because it's an experience business. People are not just coming there to play golf. They're coming to, I guess, have a good time. And I mean, if I would go there just to kind of, let the stress off and forget the stressful world and just kind of just be busy for that 1 hour, have fun. So I think I would rely on Popcall for that. But yes, I think what I would want to tell you that if you are interested, I think, and we can talk about the financial sheets and everything, but the first thing first is let's have a discussion, who you are, where you're from, what you want to do. And if it makes sense, we'll put together your profile and share with Alan to get his feedback. And if it makes sense, we bring you together. It's a relationship. It's not an impulsive thing. It's not an overnight thing. Again, these sessions are more about getting to know each other than sort of selling. So yes, I think you should have our details and put in my number also. You can reach out to us and let's have a chat and see if this will make sense. But you're really, really excited. And I think 100% backing the category and the brand, because the kind of opportunity which is there in India, because difference between now and let's say 12 years back was 12 years back, we just didn't have the infrastructure. We didn't have enough locations. We didn't have enough like people who are kind of, out there and looking for solutions like these. But now, I mean, the way we are, I think this is something where we feel as a team that at least minimum 100 locations between Mumbai, Delhi, NCR, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai, you will see these locations coming up. I think in tier 2 also, it would eventually trickle through. And Alan, I've come to kind of know that is a very hands-on person. As a founder of the business, he would take all the precautions and ensure that this works. Let me see if there are any questions.
Model, and just to add to that, it's only the last 5 years that these games have actually been created. So historically, only bowling has been around for about 40 or so years, and bowling was the first competitive socializing concept.
Right.
And in the last 5 years, we've seen mini golf take off, and then after that, the smart shuffle, smart darts. it's all very recent. So everyone is just starting with this really, and I think the Indian market will be a big opportunity.
Absolutely. And I think I remember seeing mini golf, Alan, coming and happening about 15 years back. But it was at a very nascent stages. It was just not as immersive, I would say. So
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't really themed. It wasn't immersive. It was
yes.
just that mini golf has been around for 120 years in
Oh,
different
wow.
shapes and forms. Yeah, it's quite. It goes back to, and it was started in America. 120, maybe it's 125 years now, but it's nothing like the format that we see today. Today, it's entertainment led. It's immersive. It's complemented by food and beverage. Before it was always just some sort of kids game in the corner.
Yes. You're shooting it in front of a screen. I remember 15, 16 years back going to a mini golf, like someone had opened like a 50,000 square feet mini golf in Gurgaon, and I just could not kind of relate to it. And I thought I blamed myself that maybe I'm not a golf person, but now that I see these concepts, I think I don't feel alienated that I can do this. So I think even the way you were sort of you put up these formats and stores have changed a lot in last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, so if there are some Samson, thank you for all your questions. Bangalore is a great area for us. Yes, the location is important. You in a city like Bangalore, you can do this in a mall and in a standalone location as well, if you are able to get it. But yes, we would not be opening in like inside of a gated community. Just doesn't make sense. We are not a play area brand. We are actually a proper entertainment business. So you have to have a proper commercial location for this. But I'll put in my number so you can reach out to us. Yes, thank you so much. Alan, before we go, anything to add?
I think that's it for me. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Alan, for joining in. I know it's really early for you. We will share this video, of course, with people who are here and also people who registered for this session, and try and have a word. And if we find something which kind of synergizes with what we're looking for, we will, of course, get back to you.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nikita. Harshika, I'll give this back to you.
Thank you, Venus, and thank you, Nikita and team Pop Social for this wonderful presentation discussion about the brand. Friends, to start this business opportunity in your location, you can reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. Also, you can write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. Tomorrow, Franchise India again bringing a great brand come from the region of Rajasthan, Srishti Group of Education. Starting with the investment of 9 lakh rupees, start your own K-5 school. To know more about this business opportunity or to attend this webinar, you can reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. Also write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. In Chandigarh, tomorrow, Franchise India is doing a franchise show wherein the team of Franchise India plus the brands are coming to give you the exposure to know more the business opportunities you are looking at your investment range and in your location. For more details about this franchising show, you can call us on our hotline number 9717683838 to do your registration or to attend this event. It starts in Novotel, plot number 1813B near Tribune Chalk, Industrial Area, Phase 1 at 9 a.m. and ends at 6 p.m. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar.